scale, remember this? Now the C scale is the first scale that we always learn because it's all the white notes, which is real easy. But we're going to do something called the circle of fifths, and we're going to just count up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be our next scale that we learn. This is the G scale because we know that's the G note. Remember, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's that G note. Now watch this. Since the C has no black notes, the G probably has a black note, and it does. The new black note is always the last note before you get to the end. There it is right there. And there's that G. So watch this. Same fingering, it's always the same. The fingering never changes. So here comes this black note. Whoa, I messed up. You hear that? A big mess up? Here it is again. No mess up. And there's that G. Now, if I didn't play that black note, you would hear it. It sounds kind of weird. Watch this. Like something didn't sound right because it's not right. So we're going to throw that black note in again and again and again. This is the G scale, playing one black note at a time. And every time we count up 5 and learn a new scale, we're always going to throw in another black note. So here we go. Here's the G again. Same fingering. Same fingering. Same thing with the left hand. Same fingering as we learned with the key of C. And there's that black note. Remember, the last black note that you get to before you get to the end is going to be the new black note. So hopefully that makes sense. So there's the G scale. Now remember I said just count up 5 because we were on the C, we counted up 5 to the G, count up 5 more to the D, and that is the next scale in the circle of fifths is what we're calling it. But since I'm so high up here, let's take our D down to this one right here. So we've learned the C scale, all whites. We've learned the G scale, mostly whites, but then we throw that one black in here. And now we're going to count up 5 and learn the D scale. So we've learned the C scale, count up 5. G scale, count up 5. D scale is our next scale, and this is the last scale we'll do in this little video here. Now, if the G scale had one black note, the D scale is obviously going to have 2 black notes. Because every time we count up 5, we're going to be adding a black note. And what we're learning right here are our sharp scales is what they're called. So here's the G again. Let's count up to 5. Now, we know that that is one of the black notes because that is carried over from the G. Remember, we play that in the G scale, so we're going to have to play it again. So every time we add a scale, we're always going to keep the black note from the last scale. So here's the G. So here's the D again. Hopefully this is making sense. So there's the old black note. Keep going. And we're almost to that top D, so that has to be the new black note. See that? I'm hoping this makes sense to you guys. I hate it when my son, for example, tries to speak a gaming language to me, and I have no idea what he's talking about. It's like he's talking Chinese. That's how it is with music sometimes. It's so easy when I talk about it, and I'm hoping it's not sounding like Chinese to you. Nothing against the Chinese language, I just don't know it. So we've learned the C scale, which is all white. We've learned the G scale, which throws in that first black note that we've played. Now we've learned the D scale, which adds, or which carries over that black note from the G scale, and then we throw that one more black note in. So let's try this again. So here's the right hand D scale. Wow, this is becoming a long video already. And watch this on the left hand. Ugh, it gets kind of crazy. There's that new, or there's that old black note, remember? There it is. There's that new. So when I do it at the same time, that's when it gets kind of confusing. Hopefully that makes sense. That is the D scale. And in our next video, we're going to actually talk about what makes a scale. There's actually patterns that makes a scale. And when you learn those patterns, you can play any scale you want to.